Good morning. This is a lot different. My friend, my neighbour opposite, Eric, has got a Porsche, and his tachometer was doing all sorts of weird stuff. It would work for a couple of days or weeks, and when the weather got warmer, and it's south of France here, so it's 30-35 degrees sometimes, this tachometer would bounce about all over the place, just completely crazy. So we looked into it, and they are very, very expensive. It's a 1982 911, and so we started looking into it, and he brought it across, and I've tested it. What you do is stick this. This is my homemade signal generator, and you can see on the in the background there one of my ham eggs actually showing a sine wave of about, I don't know, that's at the moment about 350 Hertz, something like that, which is apparently about the right range to test these things on. I've had it working closed up. I didn't think of filming this, so it's a bit late. I've actually got it open. It's taken me something like 2 hours to open this thing up. It's been very hard work. I wish I had filmed it, because it might be interesting for people who want to try this on any of these. It's a VDO tachometer, by the way, so it'll be same as it's got a Bosch label on it as well, but it's out of a Porsche 911 1982. So this is what you get. Basically, if I show you this is the glass. It's a plastic ring, a glass ring, an internal ring, and an outer. These are actually put together like this. And what you have to do is to get, I promise you, get a small screwdriver or something like that in here, because it's folded over this metal rim, and very, very gently get the damn thing apart. Remembering that goes in like that there. So this thing here, of course, this, when you've put it back over, it's a tiny little lip, see? When you put it back over, it's covered by the rubber ring, which is somewhere in the car, I think. That took me a long time to get that off, and so that's it, that's off. There's the thing. Then I had to get the screws out of this thing here, which was, it was terrifying. The worst one was getting this off. Here is the needle. It's on a tiny, 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 tiny little thing. If I hold that up, you can probably, if it'll focus, just see the little tiny needle in the middle. And I had to get that off in the time-honoured way, since I'm quite old actually, so I remember doing this on Minis and Triumphs and stuff. The old 2 spoons. I'll do that so you can see it. Hang on. I made a little thing to look after the paintwork. You put 2 spoons underneath it like this and lever it up. It's terrifying, because if you break it, that's the end of the world. I had several goes at that, and I do mean several goes. And in the end, when you take all the screws out and this, that and the other, trying not to bend things, you end up with this little device. Now if I zoom in on that, where's the zoom? No, on that. Where's the zoom? I want the zoom. Let's try and zoom right in on it. Right, let's turn that down and have a look at this. And apparently this is a classic problem with these things. You can see there, it's 1980s technology, and it's completely horrible. Several of the, for example, what should we say, this one here, that and that, you can actually see, I can see, that the solder joints are complete. I was amazed it worked actually. The solder joints are completely shot, and as you can see, the rot in there is quite spectacular. So I'm going to resolder that completely and refurbish all of this stuff and get back to you afterwards. So I'll stop recording for now. And so the first one that's got a big problem is from there, this one with this plus, down to this blob here. Now, that doesn't go anywhere else, so I shouldn't need to repair that. However, the one that goes from this thing here, where I'm touching the end of it now, along here, and it goes underneath this one and around in that direction. You can see it pretty clearly there. It is actually missing completely underneath. I suspect that's what's been giving me the trouble. There was a track of sort of oxide which may have been transmitting the frequency across. So that's the one I'm going to have to hardwire that across the circuit board. Apart from that, doesn't seem to be anything else pretty bad about it, but never mind, we'll soon find out. Here we've got the body right on the screen, and you have to get the 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 in these little holes here underneath there. The fifth one is free, it doesn't go anywhere, this one, so I don't know what it's there for. If there were a screw in, fair enough. Also, when I was soldering it, I used very expensive silver solder, because Eric's not worth it, but I felt like doing it, so that'll do. Now I put the screws back in here, 3 screws, which are rolled all over the place. 1, 2, 3, and then try and get the case back on. Right, having remounted all this crap, I've connected plus and minus from my power supply, and connected a homemade generator, signal generator. Got about 300 hertz on there, 320 hertz maybe. If I modify the hertz, so we go up to 400 and whatever, and I can show you that on, if I go out to here, you can actually see, I'll move this into, you can see it working there. Here we are, up and down. You can see the frequency changing as the tack actually works. So it's obviously going to work. Now I've got to put it back together again. So here's the device back in its box, as it were. Got it on the soft stuff here. I don't know why I put these 3 of the screws back in. The 4th screw here actually had a little washer on it. I don't know why. I put it back as it was, and it has a little tongue thing. It doesn't actually go into anything except plastic, but just put it back as it was, really. I don't know why that's there at all. So here we are, and it's back. I'm not over tightening these either, because it is going into plastic and I don't want to make a mess of it. Anyway, so there we are. All that remains now is to get this lot back on to the system. There's the prettiness ring. Then I think the glass goes in. I think I might clean that a bit. It goes in like that. Then there's there seem to be 2 of these things. I don't know why. How do they go in there then? Or do they go the other way? Christ knows. I had to work that out. I didn't look how it went to when it fell out, when it came out. Anyway, I'll work that out, and close it up, and then I'll try and re-squeeze that metal onto the edge. So here we are finally. We've got the rubber band on there. I must say, getting this bezel sealed up by bending it over is the most difficult thing in the world. I don't know why. There are two angled inners around here, one on top of the other. I could see which one's on the outside because it's rusty, and I thought, well, the rusty one is exactly the same, so I'll just put one in. So I put one in, and as I was tightening it up, it just tightened the needle up. I don't know why. I had to put them both in to be able to bend over the tabs on the back, or the ring around the back. Anyway, it's closed now. I'll get some fingerprints off it. And we're going to put it back in the car now and see if it works, and hope it does. So that's it for today. Completely different, nothing to do with trains, but might be useful to somebody. Thanks very much for watching, and see you next time.